Blessed assurance, Jesus is mine, and oh, what a foretaste of glory divine. I'm an heir of salvation, I'm purchased of God, I'm born of His Spirit, I'm washed in His blood. For this is my story, this is my song. I'm praising my Savior all the day long. This is my story, oh, this is my song. I'm praising my Savior all the day long. Wow. I'm behind this big truck and I'm just singing, and I saw him looking back in the mirror going, what's that woman doing? Well, blessed assurance, because Jesus is mine. Oh, what a foretaste of what glory's gonna be like, glory divine. Oh, praise the Lord. I just had that song. That is one of my favorite songs. And what the Lord just put in my heart while I was singing that, this is my story and this is my song. Nobody can take my song away from me. Nobody can take my song away from me. Isn't that beautiful? You know, when I went and sang at the wedding, the pianist that was there from Panama City First Baptist Church, he had been, this thing is loose. He had been the pianist that there full time for like 42 years. And I think he had just stepped back and he's still filling in and playing, but he's like, oh my gosh, they probably use you at church all the time. And I was like, well, no, as a matter of fact, they don't. I've been through some transition periods and that's okay. I don't want to be used all the time, but sometimes you kind of feel like you're put on a shelf in your life, in any area. As you get older, you can kind of get that shelf syndrome, and it happens. And when I was just singing that, the Lord just said, nobody can take away your song. This is your story, and this is your song. Isn't that beautiful? Nobody can put you on a shelf. Well, okay, let me just say this. If you have been put on a shelf, find a new shelf. That's what I've done. That's what this is all about. This is what my teaching on YouTube is all about, is finding a new shelf. Finding a new thing that God wants you to do. Well, this is the second car vlog you're getting this week. Okay, you want to know why? Do these nails happen to look the same as they did on Monday when I was going to get my nails done? That would be because they are. That would be because when I got to the nail place, even though their website said they were open on July the 3rd, they had decided to take a long weekend and they were closed. So you know what I did? I went shopping, bought me a few things to wear. I went to the little Pickers Mall and bought me a couple of little vintage suitcases, one little makeup case. I should have got my nails done. It would have been cheaper. But they were closed, and I don't blame them for taking a long weekend. I just wish their website had reflected that. So, hence, here I am again doing yet another car chat with y'all this week. And you might say, too much, Suzanne, too much. We can't take all of this of you this week. Oh, me, I hope you had a great 4th of July. We ended up going to John's sister. When she gets everything finished with her house, I'm going to do a new house tour because it is gorgeous. Her kitchen is like something out of a Southern Living magazine. It is, I said, I covet in a Christian way, of course. course. I covet the huge bar that she has in a center that's big enough for probably 6 people to sit around, because it's a huge square, and then still plenty of place to serve. It's huge. And when she first put it in there, she's like, oh, she calls me Mary. Oh, Mary, I've built it too big. I built the bar too big. And I said, girl, with all the young girls that I've had at my house through the years and gets together, that bar ain't too big. It looks big because there's no furniture in your house right now. You wait till you get your furniture in here, and yeah, it's big. Don't get me wrong, it's big, but it is tremendous. You talking about a social gathering place? My. It's awesome. Awesome. So they have one of the green egg smokers, which John and I desperately need. And I'm telling you, they had done ribs, hot dogs, boneless chicken thighs. Let me just say that I ate just part of my rib, because once I tasted the boneless smoked chicken thigh, I thought I was in heaven. I mean, I know I'm sitting there eating that, and it's perfectly legal, and it's not gonna stop me from losing weight, and it's the protein that I need. You know what I did about an hour and a half later? I went back and ate another one. And guess what? I took one home. I had 3 boneless chicken thighs the 4th of July. Might have put a little bit on my thighs, I don't know. But, oh my gosh, John, we got to get a smoker. And of course, they're not cheap. They're not cheap. John, we got to get a smoker, because we could smoke up enough meat for the week. And I love it. Man, it was delicious. But we just had great fellowship. So if you've been around me anytime at all, you know that my favorite shop is Mitzi's on Main in Blue Ridge, Georgia. And they are in the process of still working out a new place. I need to text Haley while I'm here today and check and see how things are going. But you know, they lost their lease. We talked about that on a live, and they've been in their store for like over 10 years, I think. Just the most unique pieces. We bought several things there. Well, several years ago, I bought a huge dog picture. So if you've seen my home tours, you've seen this huge dog picture that I bought. It's got all different kinds of dogs. Well, John was kind of shocked that I wanted it, but it's in a black distressed frame, which the frame alone is gorgeous. And it's just so unique and different. Well, I have it in the hallway, just propped up on the cabinet there. Well, when we bought that, John said, that's a Fifi picture. That's what we call Felicia's Fifi. He said, that's a Fifi picture. And I said, I know, but I love it. Haley gave me a great deal on it, and I just wanted it. Well, I've had it 3 or 4 years. So when Felicia started building her house, Felicia's babies are 4-legged babies. She's never had any children, but these are her children. And she has 3 in her house. She used to have 4. And so she loves her dogs. And so I told her, I said, now Felicia, that dog picture would be beautiful in your house if you have a specific place for it, and if it's something you want. I said, she said, well, maybe that's your picture. And I said, it is, and I've enjoyed it for several years, but I would love for you to have it if it's something that you want, and if you think it would look good in your house. I would love for you to have it, because it's a really big picture. And so she had an interior decorator to come in, just give her some ideas and kind of see what she was doing and going with, because she doesn't like as much stuff as I do. She is more simple in her decorating. And well, she's gotten more simple. She's always had such gorgeous stuff. I mean, she could be an interior decorator, no joke. But she's kind of like me. She's fought some health issues, and just through the years in this new house, I think she's wanting more simplicity. because the other night when we were there, I was digging up under her bar. She's got all kind of beautiful plates. I love plates hanging, even though I don't have many hanging right now. But I'm like, oh, this needs to go here, this needs. She's like, no, I don't want to do all that. And I'm like, girl, I'd have these plates up everywhere. In a new house, though, it's kind of hard to put stuff up initially, too. You want to kind of keep it clean for a while. So, but anyway, she had told John to bring the picture, and John said, are you giving that picture to Felicia? And I said, yes, I offered it to her a good while back, but I only want her to take it if she wants it. I fully want her to have it, but I don't want her to take it just because I've offered it to her. I've had so many beautiful things in my house in the last 25 years that she has given John and I, just as she would change out stuff. And I mean, like professionally made bedspreads and curtains and our camels that are in the foyer at Christmas. She gave us those. So there's just so many things that she's given us, and I just thought it would be great if she wanted the dog picture, if she felt like it went in her house. So we took it to her, and she was going to get it hung this week. It's going to look so good. The minute that she set it down on the coffee table on the wall, that they didn't hang it, but they just kind of put it there, and I was like, that looks great. So I was just really excited, and so we're giving our niece, or she's hosting, I'm just helping, a bridal tea on the 15th. I think that's a Saturday. And so I don't know if she will quite have everything that she wants, but that might be a good day to do. But I may go back just after that and do a home tour. They're still finishing stuff on the outside. I mean, they have just moved in. So it's beautiful. Just made me have new house fever. And then I'm like, no, Suzanne, you don't want a new house to pay for. What are you talking about? I love my house. I love my house. But you know, when you go in a new house and it's fresh and it smells so good, and they've built a back porch. We all sat out there after we ate, and then I went back into the bathroom, and I was like, oh my gosh, this new house smell is so wonderful. It's like a new car smell. It just don't last long enough. But I was telling her, my boys say they love the way that Gangan and Papa's house smells. I think that is so funny because I don't smell anything when I walk in, but it has a smell, and they love it, and I think that is so cute. So we ended up, I went around the world with the dog picture and everything else to tell you that we had a great time at Fifi's house, and just enjoyed the fellowship, and just a real laid back Friday. And the kids went to a water park that's been built this past year, and they thought it would be crazy, and it wasn't bad. So they had a real good time, and then they had gone to a fireworks show, I believe, the night before, or on Sunday, no, I don't know. You know, fireworks have been going on for like 4 days because everybody's celebrating at different times. Our church did a big celebration Sunday night, but we didn't go. I don't know. I don't always do good sitting out in the heat, and it's been hot, and sometimes that just does not work for me at all. And plus, I took Mother to eat Sunday afternoon and got her out of the house for a while, so we just didn't go. But we can hear it. I guess if we weren't surrounded by trees, we could actually see it because it's so close to the house, the way the crow flies. But I hope you had a great 4th. The highlight of my 4th was going to the lake and being with my family on Saturday, and smoked chicken thighs on the 4th. I'm not gonna lie, that was the highlight of my day. I didn't even eat any dessert at all. We took desserts. I didn't eat any dessert. I ate a little helping of baked beans, a little helping of potato salad, a little bitty piece of fresh corn, and chicken, and some ribs. And it was the country style ribs that has more meat on it, and I didn't eat the whole thing of it. But that chicken, they were big boneless chicken thighs, so that is like my new favorite thing. Had fresh squash again last night, cooked in the oven, salt and pepper, and shredded Parmesan on it. That was good. And John fixes us a little steak. They're called, I knew I wouldn't remember the name of these kind of steaks. He marinates them in Dale's, and then he fixes them in the air fryer. Do y'all cook in the air fryer? Tell me if you do. Because we really like ours to cook steak and different things like that. Now, if we're going to have a great big steak, he's going to grill it. Chuck eye. These are little small chuck eye steaks. That's what they're called. And they're just so good. So I'm really trying to consume all the protein and all the water that I can to get back on losing a little bit more weight. Oh, I know what else I was going to tell you. I just finished recording the last 2 lessons of John. So you know what that means. A place that I can sit down and teach Revelation. Am I nervous about starting it? Because I hope the way that I'm going to teach it is going to meet your expectations. Is that a little peer pressure, maybe? Maybe. Also, that it is so time consuming and it is so deep. I'm not worried about it. All I can do is to do the best that I can. I just pray that it reaches people and that it helps people, because I have already put in a major amount of time studying for it. But when God's in it, okay? When God's in it, we worry about things that's of this world or circumstances of the world, or maybe what I'm even thinking is that I'm trying to put earthly expectations on something spiritual that God's wanting me to do. I don't know, does that make sense? I don't know. But I am a little, not gonna, let's see, what's the word? I guess I am a little nervous about it. It will all be good, and it will be done unto the glory of God. And that's really all that matters. I've been listening to a Susie Larson podcast today by Dr. Heather Holleman, talking about where we're seated in life and the contentment and the joy and the ministry that can come forth from exactly where we're seated. You know, in Ephesians 2, he talks about that we are seated in heavenly places. When Paul was writing to the Ephesians in the book of Ephesians, in chapter 1, or all of Ephesians, it's not one of those letters that he's writing to correct the wrong. He's actually writing them talking about all the good that they're doing and how happy he is with them and how they're spreading God's love and how they're spreading the ministry. So it was not, like when he wrote to the Corinthians and all them, telling them, and even the churches in the letters that are written in Revelation of all the things that you're doing good, but he reminded the Ephesians, you are receiving spiritual blessings while you are seating in heavenly places. And this Dr. Heather Holleman has written a book, and as soon as I can get somewhere and find it on Amazon, I'm going to order it, because she talked about in her life of her young adulthood of struggling about where her seat was in life. And she said, I would see people that had so much more money than us, so many more things, so much more popularity than us. And she said, I would struggle with that until God showed her that she was seated and doing the very things that he wanted her to do. And I thought, yeah, he uses us where we're seated. And I think that is a beautiful, beautiful thing. I'm going to get off of here because I'll be at the nail place in just a few minutes and I got to check something. So I will come back and wrap this up. I have not made it to the nail place because when I was talking to y'all, I saw an estate sale sign. And so, all right, little squirrel, go on. I don't want to run over you. And so I went back and went to this estate sale and found some cute stuff. I found a picture that P-I-T-C-H-E-R that it looked different. Just looked different to me. And I did the Google Lens and it was $31 on eBay and I got it for $10. Cute. And then I got some Christmas. I got a Christmas mug, which Ashley and I are, you know, on the lookout for those because we're loving those. We're in that craze with everybody. And so I just got a few little things. And so now well, I just spent about 30 minutes there. But now I'm going to close this out. When John and I stopped on the way to the lake the other day to go see our friend's daughters, the girls having weddings now, they are doing something special to ask their bridesmaids and all their attendants in their wedding. Our friend Autumn that worked for me and John both and walks with John, her daughter is getting married next summer, and so we stopped by to see all the beautiful decorations. So I'm going to share with you that video and also share with you the beautiful pictures that they made. Girls are just going all out to ask their attendants to be, but it was a hot day, but they just worked and put stuff together, and it was so cute. So I'm gonna show you the video of where Jada asked all of her attendants in her wedding to be in their wedding. So I'll talk. Girls are working so hard. I'm not getting your faces because I know y'all are hot and sweaty. This is beautiful, Jada. Jada, did you just hear me say I got those dishes?
No. You have a
I have the Virginia Rose dishes.
I told her you love them.
Yes.
But Katie has some.
Boy, she has a huge place setting of them.
Oh yeah.
Well,
She
this
has like 54 plates at home.
she does. Oh, this is absolutely. I want you to look. Jada's grandmother has made all of this, all these arrangements. Is that not gorgeous? That's along a wreath hanging down. I would have never thought of that, and that is so beautiful. And then a friend did the balloons. That greenery came off of Ashley and Michael's. It's faded, but it still looks good there, doesn't it? That came off their back porch from the party. She ordered the pillow covers from Shein and covered all the pillows. Y'all, and it's hot today, but it feels good up here with these fans. Look at this. I have these dishes, Virginia Rose. That is so beautiful. The fabric, they made the little table, and they're going to give the little table to Michael for his event center in case he wants to have any little teas for little girls. But look, the grandmother folded all the napkins and put bows on them. How beautiful. Hung all the flowers and then the lights. And then look at the pool, how gorgeous. Isn't that beautiful? Ah, I love it. I love it. I'm not going to show you Jada. We're going to get some good pictures of her. I'm going to borrow some of her pictures after the event's over today. So, I love it, Jada. I think you've done exceptionally great.